Now, when the Biden administration came to power, we were promised that it meant the return of sanity and competence to American governance. Well, let's check in and see how that's going, hey?
An Energy Department official is accused of stealing luggage from Harry Reid International. The 8 News Now investigators learning a felony warrant has been issued for Sam Brinton, a deputy assistant secretary in the Biden administration. Sources tell us Brinton is caught on video stealing the luggage.
Yes, that's right. They've done it, allegedly, again. That's the Biden administration's Sam Brinton, the non-binary chap they put in charge of the nation's nuclear waste, and who is now accused of a second incident involving stealing other people's luggage from airport baggage carousels, with a felony warrant, as they just said, having been issued for his arrest in the case. But look, we all saw the pictures of him there, and don't judge him too harshly, because you dress strangely too if your wardrobe consisted of stuff from random strangers' luggage. Anyway, what the Biden administration has done for depleted nuclear fuel, it is now doing for democracy. 2 days ago, the White House announced it had secured the prisoner swap deal with Russia to free American basketball player Brittany Griner, who earlier this year was arrested at Moscow airport after she tried to smuggle hashish oil into the country. A real genius there, hey? Now, quite frankly, this prison swap is a disgrace. Brittany Griner is a perfect example of the old saying, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. In this case, a 9-year stint in a Russian jail, which actually she might have enjoyed, given the fact that she is your typical America-hating woke sports star. Well, star might be pushing it, who a couple of years ago demanded that her league stop playing the national anthem before her games. And while I get that hating on America is just de rigueur for the regressive progressive left, it should also be noted that Griner is also a convicted domestic violence offender. And before she got in trouble with Russian authorities, she was ordered to complete a 26-week DV program after an incident with her fiancé in Arizona in April. Lovely. Sounds really charming, doesn't she? But I'm going to tell you something else. This gets worse, because the person that they swapped her for is an even lovelier fellow, a guy called Victor Book, an arms dealer, also known as the Merchant of Death. According to various reports, he has supplied everyone from Al-Qaeda and the Taliban to rebels in Rwanda. And if you think that this was an unbalanced trade, you would be right. Vladimir Putin has clearly once again played the Biden administration for fools, especially when you consider they could have instead pushed for the release not of the grandstanding, ingrate, convicted DV offender Griner, but instead former U.S. Marine Paul Whelan, who has been in captivity in Russia since 2018. Now, we know that the Biden administration had a choice of Whelan or Griner from this NBC report, which the network amazingly memory hold and changed without telling anybody, to reflect the official White House line that they only were offered Griner by the Russians. Now, sir, guys, pull the other one. It plays Boney M's Rasputin. Anyway, indeed, even CNN's Van Jones has admitted what everyone else suspects. Griner got special treatment from the White House because of identity politics.
People 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now who will remember this moment because she is an icon. And it's really, really extraordinary. And people are going to talk about, oh, well, this other guy, he's so terrible. You know what? There's a lot of terrible people in the world. There's a lot of terrible people in Russia. But what you don't have and what you can't allow to happen is to have a black female icon treated like garbage and America do nothing about it. Something was done about it, and people are going to be proud about that.
Icon, well, that's pushing it there a bit there, I'd say. But anyway, Paul Whelan, meanwhile, is stuck in one of Russia's notorious penal colonies and told CNN that he is, quote, disappointed that the White House did a deal for Griner and not for him. Take a listen to Whelan speaking from the prison where he is being held on CNN.
I would say that if a message could go to President Biden that, this is a precarious situation that needs to be resolved quickly. And I would hope that he and his administration would do everything they could to get me home regardless of the price they might have to pay at this point.
You can only imagine what that poor fellow and his family must be going through. But sorry, mate, you're just an old white male. There's no identity politics points in for the Biden administration to be had in securing your release.